Hi, Brent. Good to see you. Today we have $1 million question. Is the 4% rule outdated? I'm asking, of course, because for decades retirees have relied on the 4% rule to know exactly how much was safe to spend in retirement. But recently, the rule's inventor says that current market conditions may require an even more conservative approach. We're going to dive into it. But first, what is the 4% rule?
Yeah, the first thing I'll say is if the inventor is questioning what we're all using, or at least what is mainstream, that's probably a good time to discuss it.
Right.
So the 4% rule, like you said, is basically a way to calculate what is a comfortable amount to withdraw from your nest egg that it will last over 30 years. And so
Hmm.
you just take the size of your nest egg, multiply that by 4%, and then take a little cost of living adjustment on that each year. And then it's got a low probability of failing. So meaning it should last 30 years. That
Yeah,
is the thought.
yes, should. So, what
Yep.
the inventor here was saying is that current market conditions, chief among them inflation, which Brent, you and I have talked about many times, recently hit
Yes.
8.5%, numbers we haven't seen since the 80s, that again, people should be more conservative. So, what should retirees be taking into consideration?
So, the 4% is a good base point to at least start the conversation, but
Hmm.
you're going to have to take things into account like what are their other guaranteed sources of income? What's the size of their assets? What is their need? And all those things factor in where we try to come up with what is a safe amount with a low probability of failure being withdrawn on their account.
Hmm. So, is there a specific percentage that you can recommend to clients?
Good question. If you're putting a gun to my head and requiring an answer, I would say 3 to 3.5 makes us more comfortable when we're designing an income plan for clients.
Hmm. And so this graph from Vanguard kind of breaks that down, Brent, right? Depending on one, two, or three scenarios, just to be safe that you don't run out of money in retirement, which is the number one concern for retirees.
Correct. Yeah, this is right in line there. You can see 2.8 on the low end, 3.3 on the high end. This would make us feel a lot more comfortable, and we think that your chances of your money lasting and then hopefully even having a little bit to pass on to beneficiaries, it's going to be a lot higher probability.
Hmm. And how often should clients revisit that number, that percentage?
Good question. That's something you can always change. It's not like you got to lock that in most cases. And so we require to meet with our clients at least one time annually. And we do an income plan for every client who comes through the door. And we review that annually to make sure everything's still looking good.
That income plan, so important. Brent,
Yep.
if somebody would like your help designing that income plan or drilling down to figure out what their withdrawal rate should be, what's the best way to reach you?
Yep. Just go to our website, www.young-wm.com. You'll find our information on there. You can submit a request and we'll reach out to you.
All right, Brent, thank you.
Thank you.